Hello, are you there? I'm there. So it's all good. Hello, it's Thursday, 3 o'clock, and welcome to Afternoon Tea with me, Sandra. And we here in south of England, in Devon, wherever you are, I have my cup of tea, and I have quite a pile of stuff. I can't show you, but there. Oh, that's dangerous. There's. Oh no, you can't see. You can only see chairs. But I have quite a pile of stuff to go through. I've been kind of busy bee, and even though it's one day less than it would be to Friday, which is tomorrow, which is bank holiday, and no, despite the lockdown, bank holiday is bank holiday, and I am not working. I don't have many bank holidays when I cannot, when I have free, because we normally are closed on Mondays anyway. But anyway, so tomorrow I am not working. However, on Saturday, I will be dispatching orders because I can see that there are some which came in today just after lunch, just before I started the program. So that's that over and done with. So the next one will be next afternoon tea will be next Friday, and God knows what will happen then because apparently this weekend, we will be told what we are allowed to do and what we are not allowed to do, how the lockdown will finish, or how we will get out of it, hopefully, slowly but surely. So, yeah, and with that, on that note, um, yeah, I will possibly start with the kind of non knitting related things because it's interesting. I possibly find, and that sounds very bad, but I do hate eternally positive people. Who go around, oh, everything is great, you should be so, just smile and everything will be fine. No, it doesn't happen like that in real life. I do hate a big whingers where everything is wrong as well. And I sincerely hope that I fall into category in between, that we have good things to laugh about and things we would like to have a little go on, like a little grudge. And I find very fascinating. I think nowadays, I think most of us have stopped watching news. But a couple of days ago, they were on about, in the morning, I just got my cup of tea, and this is my range of the day. I'm not English, and sometimes it's very interesting how our perception of words and words we use. Um, what is hero? What is horrendous? What is terrible? And what is desperation? These to me are very strong words which should be used in a context. It's, and I sometimes find it frustrating that people would say they were talking about hairdressing and everybody is so desperate to get to hairdressers. And I'm thinking like, yeah, I need a haircut. So do you. So does, I think, most of the world hasn't had a haircut for like 6 weeks. Hello, somebody sent me, yes, somebody's chatting with me. And again, I'm trying to type the answer. Hello, is it sunny in Angus? Oh, it's sunny in Tiverton. And yeah, and I find it's like to use word desperation for a haircut, to me sounds very strong. Really? Is it what you are desperate for? I mean, I find it very, very weird. And with those using these strong words, I kind of want to kind of move on because I can realize that for 4 minutes I've been ranting about it. And I will put my cup down and quite far away because I don't want to have accidents happen. And with that, it kind of ties me down to tomorrow, the bank holiday. It is VE Day. And it is to commemorate the end of Second World War. And when you look back and you actually think like, well, if we use terms like desperate, hardship, heroes for what's going on now, what kind of words can you use for then? We have had 6 weeks where we need to happily sit at home. We have fridges full of food, and we can communicate with each other over the internet, phone, everything else. Yes, we can't hug our loved ones. But is that desperation? And then you look back on the times then when you had 5, 6 years of people dying in the front, being maimed, and all. I just find it quite fascinating. And with that, for a couple of minutes, I would like to show you something which normally I'm not that interested in military, but this was truly fascinating. And that comes from Martin's, my other half's family. When his dad died, we cleared out bungalow and we found things which we didn't know and he even didn't know existed. And his granddad was in Navy. He was during a war. He was in one of the warships, but he had a long history in the Navy before. And then he said, like, yeah, we remember Grandma saying that she didn't know is he alive for 5 to 6 months sometimes until the next letter arrived. And the letters arrived sometimes they were traveling for 2 months because he was based in Far East. So then, there is a comparison. What word you would use for that situation? And yeah, and what we found was albums. And when you talk about photo albums, this one, oops, don't slide anywhere. The first one, I mean, this is so lovely because he has actually written everything down. And this one, look, you can see from the beginning, can you see? There is all the ports he visited in China and Far East. I'm trying not to bend it too much. In between 1934 and 1936. And there is his ship's company with all the dates. And then the most fascinating thing inside there, sometimes somebody shows you holiday photos and you think, oh yeah, that's nice. Because there's me under the tree, there is me on that. But here is with descriptions. There is absolutely gorgeous pictures of Chinese children. There is like another begging scene, like little children begging on the streets. And there's old Chinese men. All the photos are dated. There is all the temples and all the troubles with dated. It's absolutely fascinating. More Buddhas of Philippines. So everything is 1934, 1936. So that's pre-war. And then there are some of the wartime albums. Again, this one has less descriptions, but as Martin showed it to somebody who apparently knows, there is the ship's company in Cairo. But that's again pre-war. Yeah, this one is still pre-war, where there is absolutely fantastic pictures of Crete, of people of Crete, interesting places. Oh, there starts the war pictures. And these ones are all original black and white photos. So there is quite interesting stuff of flight information because apparently he was on aircraft carrier. And this one has most fascinating pictures. There's some girls as well. This one, the girls don't have names, but here was quite interesting pictures of, I don't know, they are real explosions or they are just things which happen. These ones are not described, but there was one picture particularly where there was ship with the hole, and there's aerial pictures because they were apparently sending he was on aircraft carrier, so they were sending up planes to take photos from above. And where is my favorite one? I can't find it now. It's typical, isn't it? Should have marked the page, but I thought like, oh, it opens always on that page. There's some more men in swimming trunks. No, I can't find it. Anyway, so that's about the V-Day. So think about tomorrow. Think about people, what happened that time, and think about how do we say how hard it is now. And I know possibly I'm talking from my little kind of cubby hole here, where we are quite lucky. We have garden, we have house, the weather is great. You know, I can still, the business is kind of ticking over with the mail orders. It's not great, obviously. It's not great. It will never compensate for the shop, but it's still ticking over. So yeah, but do we really have to apply these kind of strong names or using such strong names for now? Then how can we talk about seriously bad things? Anyway, so that's that over. What else I can rant about? Oh, I will leave it for later, the other rant. Now then, the first things which you have seen before. This one. This is the Isager, my favorite places, West. And I know it's all going into the tube. It's all going into tube. So this one, no, it's not that way. That is back. The front is there on this side. I have done now exactly, I'm right in the middle. So this one is my front, and this one which you see in the front is the back. And this one is the middle of the back. So I need to do, now I'm going on to the other part, I'm on the finishing lines, I'm past the center. There is only one thing, and that's why I have deactivated the kits, which we put online. There was a few people bought it, and I sincerely hope they might get better on than I do, but I'm running out of wool. They have stated that you only need one skein, 3 skeins of alpaca 1 and 3 balls of the trio. But I'm running very, very low, because that is all my alpaca left to do this much. And I will need to do, I think, according to the pattern, there is 2, the wide neckband all the way around. So I really can't, I will never have enough yarn. That's the truth. So that's why I have deactivated the kits. And if some of you who bought the kits are watching, if you run out of wool, please contact me. You might be okay-ish just by a hairline if you do the smallest size. This one is medium size, or the middle size. There's one larger, and they all state the same yarn quantity. So the extra large, you would never ever get out of this. That's how I look. I will email them later on next week, and see what they say, because it's not a problem as far as we know. I thought it looks very optimistic, but if we need 2 of each, so that just doubles the cost of the garment. But I will keep knitting, because this one is one of those boring knittings. The only saving grace is the change of the pattern. But when I will finish the backpack, I have like around 150 stitches. And then I will need to cast on back another 150, and I will be on a 300 stitches row. And that is a bit tedious. But I will get there. By end of the summer, our summer rest will be all right. So that's that. And I must admit, and again, I'm repeating myself, I'm very happy I started this, because now I know exactly. Oh yeah, and I have 146 stitches. So, and I will now, because now I'm in the middle, I will start to tick off the lines I have done so I can go that way and I know how far to the end I am. Anyway, yeah. Then next project. The first thing is I would like to, in between all this, I'm doing a lot of clearance in the shop. I'm clearing out, it's like when you have a dinner leftovers. And when you have this little bit left, it's not a meal and you can't throw it out. But you still keep it in the fridge until you chuck it out, let's say, when it goes green. Not really, don't we? We never do that. So the same applies to the yarns. When we have had some brands in and they've been selling well, and then we decide we discontinue them. And then you have a little bit left. And you think like, this is good yarn. It's still a good price. And often people come in and buy single balls and you think like, yeah, somebody will come in and buy the single balls. But they don't. For whatever reason, there is always, when you have like some things left on the end, like it's a true end of lines, there's nothing wrong with the yarn. The price is still, price is good because why people paid full price for it and it was selling. But when it's end, nobody wants it. So this week, I managed to clear out nearly all the alpaca is gone. If you don't follow us on the Facebook and Instagram and you didn't see the notifications, basically all the alpaca went within 24 hours because we put it out at £1 a ball. Charisma, there is 2 colors left. I think there is quite reasonable amount. There is, I think, between 6 and 9 balls of each color at the pound. There is 2 colors in merino extra fine left. Pink, a nice kind of medium teddy bear, kind of grayish brown. And those ones, again, I think we have over 10 balls per color, but that's only like 2 and 2 from the first kind of wave of clearance. And now listen carefully, because when I finish this podcast, I will tap it on a computer a bit, and I will be putting those notifications on the Facebook and on Instagram. So you have something like an hour head start. I have put, they are not promoted yet, but they are available online on our website now. We have 2 colors of drop spooner, dark blue and coral, kind of, I think they call it old rose. So it's corally kind of, nice pink. We have reasonable quantities, like there's 20 or 30 balls of each color at the pound. We have put Andes at drops Andes, which is super chunky. There are some colors where I have reasonable, like 5-6 balls, but there are some colors where I only have single balls. They are all at £2 a ball because they were £4.50-ish full price. And drops a Big Delight is at a £2 a ball. So that is all available now. So I will give you, for those of you who watch, I see my watching numbers dropped. So does that mean you went online to get your bargains? Anyway, yeah, so those ones are already online, but I haven't promoted it. So once I finish the video, the promotional posts will go on Instagram and Facebook, and then like the alpaca disappeared within 24 hours. So I hope that this will go as quickly as that. The other things, which, talking of bargains, and then we go back to knitting, right? I have put online at 50% off some other fill yarn. And there's just the 2 samples because I didn't want to drag every single color. This one is now half price, Morpheo. It's iron weight. It's really nice yarn. Their problem is their patterns. They have no, you would not believe that Italians don't have nice patterns. They are such a fashion freaks, but they over stylize their patterns, come like really what I call weird. Yeah, they come weird because all people want to do, and if I would be knitting with this yarn, I would pick a normal iron weight pattern V-neck, round neck, a classic jumper, and just knitted or garter stitch jumper for that matter, would look gorgeous in this yarn. And just plain, because the yarn is so beautiful. And at the moment, because of no patterns, the yarns have been sitting on the shelf. So that is the only reason why I'm clearing it out, because I want to get something new. It's like kind of from my stash to yours. And this one, I think the full price was $5.95, because this one is, my God, my eyesight today is absolutely atrocious. 63 wool, 20 alpaca, 7 acrylic, 6% silk, and 4% viscose. So it's a nice mix. It is hand wash, but then again, what do you do with your jumper? So this one, we have reasonable quantity, so you can pick your jumper. And according to the ball band, but do refer to your pattern you want to knit, please. This one says you would need roughly, for size 14-ish, you would need 11 balls of this. And that's how it knits up in the black. You see, it has nice fleck, it has a nice, and at the moment, I think for the half price, which works out, well, £2.50 a ball, I think it is a bargain. The other one, which we have put at 50% off, is, I never remember, if I have it in front of me, I know which one is which one. There were two yarns, one called Woli and one called Wola, Woka. No, see, there we go. One is DK, which I'm showing you here, and this one is the WOCA, WOCA. Pronounce it how you like it. And again, it's a lovely yarn because it's a wool and linen mix. Yeah, 17% wool, and this one is 30% flax or linen. I can't see for love or money. Anyway, so these ones again are the same story. Beautiful yarn. I think it would look and knit up really nice as a kind of lightweight summer jumper. Not even summer, but just a garter stitch, because it has so much texture. It's so nice yarn. And again, it's in a half price, so grab your bargains. And there's some other colors as well, same as this one. The other one, which looks similar, which is the Woli, or WOLI, it's Aran weight. And that one, I have a waistcoat as well in the shop, which I will put online later, which we are selling shop sample. So that's bargains over and done with. Now then, a little bit of what we will be doing next week on it. And that is one thing which, no, I didn't forget, I did check it, but I did check it last night. West Yorkshire Spinners' new crochet along. Do I have my phone here? Which looks like, I showed you last time, and some of you, I think, from the judging that, from the questions, I think was some of you who were actually watching the videos. Oh, come on. I know I have your picture there. Have I deleted it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Or does it matter? You know, it does matter. Oh, there we go. This one is not the best picture of it, but we're talking about these cushions, right? Some of you have ordered the yarn for it. Some of you don't. So on 11th of May, which I think will be, it's Monday. Please look on the Facebook, follow West Yorkshire Spinners, or on Instagram, follow West Yorkshire Spinners, or go on the West Yorkshire Spinners website for the first part of crochet along for that cushion. I don't have the pattern, they do. I even don't know how big the cushion will be. But patterns will be released, as far as I know, in 3 parts. So we're starting on Monday. So I want to do it as well. And I haven't decided on colors, because I'm leaving those colors, which are the original colors, for customers to buy. However, as you know, I have bright ideas, right? And now will be a little bit of bright idea, kind of, I will try not to confuse you. I knew, I remembered that somewhere at home, I had this yarn. Oh, I can't really see in the back here. I'll try to show you. This is a big rustling sound. Like that. And this one, theoretically, says 4mm needles. So it's like double knitting. What it is, it's 82% cotton, 14% viscose, and 4% lurex. I remember this because I was looking on those cushions, and I really, really want to do. I like the pattern, I like the novels, but I don't think I need cushions at home. So I thought like, and then I remembered I still have it in the cupboard. I have kept it for a couple of years. I've been using a summer bag, which is just like a square tote with like a leather handles, very kind of canvasy fabric, very simple thing. And I really like it in the summer. It's so handy. It's lightweight. I can put my lunchbox, my knitting, and a brolly in. So that's my class. That's how big the handbag should be. Knitting, lunchbox, and brolly. And I remember that I have this yarn, which is kind of, I find that kind of silvery goldy stuff in the summer looks quite nice, and it looks quite light. It's not like a full blow sheen, but I quite like it because it goes with everything. And then I thought like, but I need another color. And then I found in a shop this, oh God, it looks orange. This, does it help? No, it doesn't help, doesn't it? No, it still doesn't help. No, the color is still awful. Basically, this is the brightest poppy red. It's like a sales sign in the shop. It's not orange. On my camera, it looks orange. And then I thought I might combine this and that as the two colors for the bag. And I would do exactly the same as the cushion. It's just that when we finish, you would possibly stitch up all the 4 sides, and I would stitch up 3 sides and put handles on. And that would be my summer bag. How about that? And then I found in the shop this yarn I should have put online like 6 months ago when we got it, but I haven't. And I will try to, we'll see what the weather does, because if it's sunny, I'm not working on the bank holiday, but I will maybe do something on Saturday. So this one, it's kind of, they call it white gold, but I would call it light gold. And it's Rico Cotton Metallisé. And it's again DK 50% cotton. And I thought I could maybe play with this, because now I actually like this one and that one. And because this one is such a hard, sturdy yarn, I think would be better for the bag. Because remember, I wanted to do a bag with these ones, and I will come to this one in a sec. So, but when we come back to this one, where did I get it? Don't ask me for this yarn. If you don't have it, I don't think anybody has it. It's whatever it is. It's something I bought back home when I went for holidays. And that comes back, when you have these. Today is not a work in progress Wednesday. Work in progress Wednesday was yesterday, but it still doesn't matter. And then I remembered when I was looking for this yarn, I found this bag. And I somehow thought, I remember knitting jumper in this one. And I even know the magazine, and I will show you the magazine in a minute, where I started the jumper from. But I somehow thought that I have only knitted half of the front, because I was doing it, would you believe it? I had a jury service in January 2014, which I did have to go for 2 weeks. And me blasé, I just took my knitting because I knew there will be a lot of, I was warned that there will be a lot of sitting around and waiting. And for 2 days, I was bringing in my knitting when I knew in the morning that there was hours we need to wait. And after that, they were showing the weirdest things people try to bring into courtrooms, and knitting needles were one of them. I got away with it. So I was sitting there knitting quite happily. And obviously I've been waiting quite a long, because I have found not only the yarn and the extra bag of yarn, but I have found the jumper. And I have found fully knitted back of a lacy top jumper. Oh, that's upside down. That's the top and that's the bottom. And funny how in real life, I hope you can see, this glitzy yarn looks so much darker when it's knitted up than it is in a ball. You can't really see that. In a life, it looks this one, looks like a half a shade darker, or is it going dirty from my knitting? I don't know. But I'm just looking at the size and I'm thinking like, was I really so much smaller 5 years ago? And I found a piece of pattern which I copied out for my convenience. And even the front, oh, and look what you do with these balls. You put the elastic around so they don't unravel. I even have that one still. And there, yo, there's me over enthusiastic. Lost 3 stitches. Put it back. There. There is my front of the jumper. Look, it's nearly finished. Because I can't see that. It's like, looks like, it's not a V-neck, it's kind of split. Oh, oh dear, dear, dear. This is not good when you try to kind of dangle it. Oh dear, I will sort it out in a minute. Yeah, but you can see how far I have gone and what I have done. I just hope I will know where I am. Shouldn't have done that, but anyway. Yeah, so that's, I have a front and a back. And basically, there's the magazine. And I know, look, there is the price. And that's still in lat. So I bought it, I remember buying this back in Riga. And that's, if the price is in lat, that means it's before they joined the European Union and had euro, because lats were changed to euros. So this one is still old price. And funny enough, this magazine doesn't have any year at all. But I couldn't be asked. It's edition 44 of Filati hand knitting. So you can go and Google it and possibly it will tell you. But this one is like, and that's where I got so wrong with summer knitting, because on the continent, all this magazine is summer knitting. And I know now times changed, and lately, like last year or so, there's been more summer knitting in UK. But when we just started with the wool shop, I remember first 2 summers, and especially the first summer, we got so many nice French and Italian summer yarns. And you know what? Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to buy summer yarns in this country. We ended up basically putting all the summer yarns in a sale. And here is a good example. They have all sorts of, and that's like we're talking about, it would be like 10 years old. And somewhere in this magazine, there's some nice, interesting tunics, like interesting, nice, straightforward jumpers. This one is the one I think I wanted to knit, but I know I didn't do that one. So that one, for whatever reason, I think is my jumper. I think that is my jumper. Why my neckline looks like that, I have no idea. But I should have had frills. I wouldn't be doing frills. But my thought now is, as it's so close to finishing lines, honestly, why do I have that kind of funny V-neck there? But I will sort it, because I only found it yesterday when I was kind of digging out. So I haven't really paid attention what I have done there. So I will not be doing the frills. Whatever the neckline does, that will do. And I will not do sleeves. And I will just have a lacy waistcoat. Yeah, lacy waistcoat. Just to pull over t-shirts or something like that. Yeah, I think it would do, wouldn't it? This one is a nice jumper as well. Yeah, that's like 10 years ago, at least. So those are memories. They're supposed to be going back this year, but we are not going into the long drama and saga about flights and what's cancelled and what's not cancelled, because I think we all are we are all in the same boat in this. And as I said to you in the beginning, it's only inconvenience, it's not drama. Yes, we are all very inconvenient with this, but it's not life-changing, it's nothing dramatic. We just cancelled the holidays, which is a shame. We rather would not have cancelled holidays, well, so there we go. Now then, the most important thing of the day I have left to the last. Remember this one? Yeah. Remember these two? Yeah. Now then. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. this is the beginning of another fantastic. And basically what I'm aiming for, it looks, my God, it looks very ragged knitting on it. No, it's not that bad. In the real life, it looks better. But because of this yarn, remember I wanted to do bag and all sorts of things, and I tried to crochet it, and it just didn't work. It was a kind of, do you know, when you try to use, I don't know what would be, a straight cotton fabric to create stretchy trousers. If you just can't do it. So this yarn is designed for soft drapey garments, and I was trying to do something rigid, so it doesn't work. So there we go. And then I have seen somebody using a little bit of color changing yarns for this shawl on Instagram, and I thought like suddenly I thought like, oh, why don't I try to do the Fanta stitch in these two colors? Because my thought was that wherever you look on this shawl, even though it originally has 7 colors, wherever you do it, whatever you do, you never use more than 2 colors at the same time. And if I can work the color changes, let's say at the moment I have done up to, yeah, I have done where the pink stripes. I'm now hitting this part where the bright blue part. So in this part, I hope that I will have already the first color change coming in. I was so hoping that today I can show you the first color change, but these reels are quite big. And my thought was that I really like this green, and that's why I started both from outside, because there could be that there's too much yarn. So which means the shawl can end up somewhere there, or I can maybe then, if I use this from center, I can end up that I use the yarn from there, up to there, and miss out on a green fully because there's just too much yarn. And you can see just about on this one where the color change starts to show on the yarn, but I couldn't get further than that. So, and yeah, so I will update you on the Fanta stitch next week. So what we will be doing next week, oh my God. And yeah, because this one is lovely, but because I used wool yarns and the tweed and everything else, it's really nice and warm, and the weather is kind of changing to more summery. So which means this one, it's only for like really cold day, where this one is 50% cotton, and that means I can start maybe using it and wearing it more in the summer. And 2 balls should be enough on yardage, I think. I even didn't double check. I just was, oh, whoa, great idea. Let's start. So I think I have been rattling on enough on a high speed. I even forgot my coffee. So there's some of you are still watching, so that's great. So I think the person who was watching from the beginning now has come back after putting their bargains in a basket. And bear in mind, putting things in a basket on the website doesn't mean that they are reserved. So if you want a bargain, just buy it, because once you paid for it, it's yours, even if I dispatch it on Saturday. But if you only put in a basket, it's still anybody's. So there we go. So that's about bargains. Ranting is over. Knitting project's over. Oh, now we can have bank holiday. Oh, nice. So enjoy it. Enjoy what you can. I know it's not easy. I know the times are weird and hard, and I think today is actually 5 o'clock is the telly program when the government speaks. I think they do it every day, 5 o'clock. And then Sunday evening, we'll see what Boris has to say. I just hope, I know it sounds weird, but I hope he doesn't announce on Sunday evening, oh yeah, the shops can open from Monday. Thanks, Boris. I actually need 2-3 days to get the shop back to shape. I know you would think like, why, you just locked the doors, everything was fine. No, because it's like everything needs to be cleaned. It's like 6 weeks. Nothing has been dusted. You know, we need a couple of days, and we need to get signed. The other, most important thing, I forgot to mention. This is important. And I will be posting possibly on the Facebook and Instagram. There will be a post where you can comment, but please feel free just to message through to the website or contact any other way. As I was talking about clearing the ends of lines, getting rid of the leftovers, starting new beautiful life. Once the leftovers are gone, once the clearance lines are gone, can you please let me know what is the yarn or a brand which you would like to see in your local yarn shop? What would be something which you would be popping in now and then? And if you pop in and you can't make your mind up, you just think like, well, I will just have a couple balls of this. It will time me over until I know what I want to do. Which yarn is it? Because one thing is what I think is nice. I know what I like. But sometimes, if I don't have in the shop and nobody tells me, I don't know what would you like to see. And that is so important that when we open up, that when we have a space, that we get the right things for you and again, make your life easier. Because if you can come in and just pick up a couple balls there and then, and you know that we have it, would be really nice. Yeah, so please message, and there will be some posts about asking your advice. Oh my God. This was like, I should have finished a couple minutes ago. Oh, yeah, so please let me know which yarn, and yeah, let me know the brand and the type of the yarn. And if you can tell me why as well, that would be such a good help. Because don't tell me, oh, you know, my grandmother in 1955 always knitted with this penguin. No. It needs to be current yarn. It's something which I can get hold of and actually stock. So what is your yarn you always return to? The yarn you go out and you say, I don't have anything else. Please give me this and I will be happy. On that note, happy weekend. I will see you next Friday, which will be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th of May already. And maybe we even will know, are we open or not? Because if we are open, then maybe there is no podcast. Because I will be in a shop. But that would be too optimistic, I think. I think next Friday we'll still be sitting here in my dining room. So on that note, see you all soon.